Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting the history, guys. Right? Holding these guys to a standard. And in this video, man, we're going to continue this LeBron James, Michael Jordan thing and how LeBron James fans have exposed, LeBron James has been exposed by his fans crying about Michael Jordan's stats, right? We all know that LeBron James fans, all they do is talk stats for LeBron James. That's all they got. They can't talk anything else, man. And I've told you guys, stats don't mean everything. It's a very small part of the game, right? Of these guys' careers, man. And the numbers, once again, guys, could be skewed, right? The numbers could be manipulated in certain ways. And the LeBron James fans think that they're exposing Michael Jordan with his, Defensive Player of the Year award and the Tom Habershaw stuff. But all they're doing is exposing LeBron James. Because LeBron James is the one whose entire career has been built up through the numbers. Michael Jordan's career has never been built up through numbers. His greatness, his legacy, ain't about the numbers. That's been LeBron James' legacy. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. I am truly humbled, guys, for real, by all the support, man. It really means a lot. I know maybe you guys don't agree with all the things that I say, and I get a little crazy sometimes, man. But understand, like I said, I'm being genuine here with you guys, man. And I'm not trying to give you guys false narratives or try to rewrite history or bend reality. I'm just giving you the honest facts here, man, and how I feel about these things, man. Like I said, as a person who grew up watching a lot of this stuff in the 80s and 90s, this is my perspective, man. This is my view, man. So thank you to all you guys for real, man. It means a lot. And I want to, and you guys know what to do. You guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, there's been a lot of talk going on in social media and, like I said, just all over the place in general about, Michael Jordan and stats and, this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I've told you guys what on this channel, man. You can't tear Michael Jordan down. You can't tear him down, through the media lies and the narratives, because Michael Jordan's career, his greatness was never built through media narratives and lies. It's the complete opposite of LeBron James, man. And we think about the stats, the quote-unquote stats, the stats have never meant anything to me. And to me, they've never meant anything to Michael Jordan. That's not what it was about for him. We've heard him say this many times. If I was playing for the stats this, if I was playing for the stats that. He was playing to win, to be a true competitor, because he wanted to be respected and he wanted to be known as a winner. A guy who went out there and competed at a high level, like I said, man, got the most out of his teammates. He pushed his teammates. He was coachable, and he wanted to be a true competitor, man. He loved the game. That's Michael Jordan, guys. The heart of Michael Jordan, the determination of Michael Jordan. Those are things that I remember. Michael Jordan talking in a post-game press conference, these are things I remember. But for a lot of people, those things don't matter to them. They don't care what LeBron James says in a post-game press conference. They don't care how he sounds like a complete clown, a goof, talking in circles, rambling on. Every other word's a curse. Never says anything, never inspiring. LeBron James does not inspire anybody. Who the hell is inspired from listening to LeBron James speak? Would you pay money to have LeBron James come speak at your camp, at your school? I would never pay LeBron James to do a public speaking anywhere, because LeBron James can't speak, and LeBron James never has anything good to say, because LeBron James has been a narcissist his entire basketball career. It's always about me, I. It's never been about the team. That's not the case for LeBron James. So we think about Michael Jordan. Once again, that's why I tell you, there's no LeBron James supporter that's a Michael Jordan supporter. And there's no Michael Jordan supporter that's a LeBron James supporter. You cannot be. I'm so tired of people telling me, yo, I'm a fan of LeBron James and Michael Jordan. You cannot be both. I'm telling you right now, there's no way in hell you could be a fan of LeBron James and a fan of Michael Jordan. You just can't do it, because that's when I call people out and say, you're not a real fan of Michael Jordan and you don't respect what Michael Jordan stood for. Because if you really respected the values that Michael Jordan stood for, the hard work, the determination, not cheating the game, right? Pushing yourself, right? Pushing your teammates, being coachable, taking accountability. All of these things. How the hell could you think that LeBron James is anywhere close to Michael Jordan? Or how could you root for LeBron James? He doesn't carry himself with any of those kinds of things. He never has. He'll come and make excuses. He'll blame this guy. He needs this guy traded. He needs this guy over here. He needs this coach gone. This fan ejected. LeBron James ain't pushing his teammates in practice, not to the level of a Michael Jordan, some of the other all-time greats. Because LeBron James don't take practice seriously. He's too busy worried about how much money he spends on his body. But the man has spent pennies on his game. You know that. So when we think about the stats and everything that's been going around Michael Jordan in the 1988 season, and I know I've done several videos on this, guys, but they're exposing LeBron James. People don't even realize they're doing this stuff. To anyone who thinks that they're harming Michael Jordan by putting out some stats or some, hey man, Michael Jordan didn't get this many steals, or Michael Jordan this or Michael Jordan that, and they want to rewrite the history of Michael Jordan based off of numbers, you are mistaken. Because Michael Jordan, the Michael Jordan fans, they're not fans of Michael Jordan because of his stats. Michael Jordan's resume, his greatness, his legacy is not stats. Has nothing. It's way beyond that for Michael Jordan. The problem for LeBron James is, though, he's been pumped up through the media, his fans, the fan channels of LeBron James. All they do is pump his stats up. That's why last week, when we did that live stream about about the Kobe Bryant passed LeBron James, or how LeBron James passed Kobe Bryant, you had a lot of LeBron James fans in the comment section talking about stats. That's all they could talk about was stats. They're, show me the stat that says that Kobe Bryant's greater than LeBron James. Show you the stat. Show you the stat. And they'll be talking about LeBron James a greater scorer than Kobe Bryant because he may have averaged more points per game for his career, the stats. So we're really supposed to believe because of the stats that LeBron James was a more polished and a greater all-around offensive player than Kobe Bryant. It's laughable, guys. Just because LeBron James happens to average a couple more points a game than Kobe Bryant does not make him a greater scorer than Kobe Bryant. It does not. All that does is highlight what? That LeBron James has been able to manipulate the stats because he dominates the basketball more than any other superstar in the history of the game has been allowed to do. No other superstar in the history of the game has been allowed to dominate the basketball like LeBron James has. And the flip side of that is that LeBron James thinks that he's doing something. His fans think that that's more a feather in his cap. All that does is take away from his greatness. This is why he's 4-6, or one of the reasons why he's 4-6 in the NBA Finals. Michael Jordan being 6-0 in the NBA Finals has a lot to do with his greatness, him raising his level of play. But it also has to do with him being coachable and allowing his teammates to play in a system. In a system. If Phil Jackson never came in, let's say, and you had Doug Collins there the entire career of Michael Jordan, right? Phil Jackson was never hired. They never brought the triangle offense in. It was Doug Collins' offense. He was going to run the way he wanted. Michael Jordan dominating the ball and then playing really good defense, like I said, and keeping the games tight, and Michael Jordan take over in the end. They would have won championships. I really believe that because, once again, they were ascending upwards when Phil Jackson came there. Now, I've always told you guys what? I don't believe they would have maybe won 6 championships. Maybe they wouldn't have won 2 3-peats. Maybe Michael Jordan's not 6-0 in those finals. Maybe because of that style of play, he's 4-2. Maybe he's 3-3. Maybe he's 2-4. You don't know. But the facts remain that Michael Jordan allowed Phil Jackson to do these things. He sacrificed to win. To win. LeBron James has not sacrificed his stats, his numbers, none of this stuff. How many times he has a ball in his hands? He didn't sacrifice any of this stuff for the winning. So he sacrificed his record in the finals just so people can say he's got 40,000 points? Just so someone can say he averaged 27, 7, and 7? Luka Doncic is averaging what for his career? 28, 8, and 8? So, he just made LeBron James look bad right there as far as stats go. Right? As far as stats go, you're telling me these guys in this era are not going to have greater stats than a lot of other guys that played in the 80s and the 90s, the early 2000s, the 50s, 60s, 70s? These guys are not going to have greater stats, quote-unquote stats? Of course they will, because they're playing in this soft, weak NBA. So the stats have been inflated. We've talked about it. You guys know that. You're not stupid, but the LeBron James fans are. LeBron James himself is stupid. They really want to argue stats, but then at the same time say that Michael Jordan's stats are fake. Once again, if we really wanted to go and do some research on this, and we wanted to keep it 100, we want to be fair right across the board here, we could dig into LeBron James and he will get exposed. Because once again, his fan base, LeBron James' legacy is built off of the stats. Michael Jordan's legacy, his greatness, has nothing to do with stats. Nothing to do with that. Whenever people talk about Michael Jordan, the true Michael Jordan fans that know Michael Jordan, whenever they talk about Michael Jordan, what do they talk about immediately? The first thing that they talk about, what? Michael Jordan's competitive fire. Yo, Michael Jordan was a killer out there, man. This was, they don't be, yeah, Michael Jordan, he averaged this, and Michael Jordan had this many steals, and he had this many assists in his career, and no, man. No, yes, Michael Jordan's numbers may be impressive, absolutely, because he's an all-time great basketball player. All the all-time greats have impressive numbers and stats and accolades. That's not what makes them who they are. That's not what gives them the reputation. LeBron James' reputation is built off of lies and narratives. All they do is talk about his stats, but they won't talk about him standing still on defense like a statue. They won't talk about him walking off the court early, blaming his teammates, never taking accountability, never having any leadership. 21 years in the NBA, no leadership? None of this stuff. They don't want to talk about any of those things. All they want to do is say, hey, LeBron James, the leading scorer of all time. LeBron James has over 10,000 assists. LeBron James has over 10,000 rebounds. Who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? Most of those rebounds LeBron James gets are flat-footed standing still rebounds, man. There's no big men in this era. He's not getting banged around or having to fight down low for rebounds, taking elbows to the face and any of this stuff. Nonsense. Michael Jordan had to hustle a lot more for rebounds. And once again, LeBron James, the numbers expose him in the rebounds. His offensive rebounding numbers are pathetic. Pathetic for someone that size. He's an embarrassing rebounder. He's a pathetic rebounder. He's mediocre at best. 7 rebounds a game at 6'9". Look at the offensive rebounding numbers for LeBron James. They're disgusting. Disgusting. He's nowhere the offensive rebounder of a Michael Jordan, who's 3-4 inches shorter than him and like 50 pounds lighter, and played an era with legit big guys that were physical. But LeBron James fans want to talk about his rebounds. Oh, LeBron James got 11,000 rebounds or 10,000 rebounds. All this stuff he's got. Numbers, once again, hyping up through the stats that we all see could be manipulated, and we all know they have been manipulated. And stats could be changed in different eras. Once again, like I said, man, people getting rebounds in this era of inflated stats is not as impressive as guys in the 80s and the 90s, even in the early 2000s, that were taking elbows, getting bodied around in there, going against legit big men. It's a completely different game. So all the time that the LeBron James fans are spending trying to expose Michael Jordan's stats, all you're doing is exposing LeBron James. Because LeBron James' career has been based off of the stats. His fans only argue stats. That's all they got. On this channel, I don't care about stats. Yeah, I'll throw some numbers out every once in a while, and I'll mention some things for the historical record to give you a little bit more context to help people, put these things into context sometimes. But at the end of the day, Michael Jordan was never the stats. The plays I grew up watching, it was never about the numbers. It's about the effort they gave. I always talk about the effort they gave. The effort, guys. Like I said, they showed to work. They were there. LeBron James, a lot of the guys in this era, they're not there. They didn't give them that effort. And if they are giving the effort's only there because they're what? They're doing it for themselves, for their numbers, to make themselves look good. So at the end of the day, what can LeBron James and his fans say? Hey, man, LeBron James averaged a triple-double, man. He ain't got no help. This is what they love to do. Harp on the stats to show, hey, LeBron James ain't got no help. This guy averaged this many points. This guy averaged this many points. But meanwhile, they won't talk to you about LeBron James dominating the basketball, not allowing his teammates a fitness system, not giving these guys a definitive role, not being coachable, none of this stuff. So you handcuff your teammates, but then at the same time, his fans expect his teammates to score all these points and get all these rebounds and play all this defense for him. They want him to do everything for LeBron James. Because why? Because LeBron James don't play no D. He don't rebound. He don't hustle consistently. He has no leadership. No grit. No heart from LeBron James, man. Everything's about stats for him. Everything's about the numbers for him. So he'll read off the stat sheet on the sideline. He'll be real concerned about these things. He won't play both sides of the ball. He'll rest on defense for offense. Meanwhile, the guys I grew up watching, guys like Michael Jordan, some of the other great players, you rested on offense for defense. You never rest on defense for offense. You always rested on offense that's the way I always remember being taught the game. I don't know about you guys, but I know if I was going to rest or lollygag, it's going to be on the offensive end, not the defensive end. You're always going to give the effort on defense. You ain't going to stand around. On offense, you could do that. You can get away with that more on offense, not on defense. But that's LeBron James. He'll rest on defense the whole game just so he can put those 20 shots up. Don't make no sense, guys. The LeBron James fans are a joke. LeBron James himself is a joke. He's been exposed. And all they're doing now is exposing LeBron James even more by showing that Michael Jordan's career, his greatness, his resume was never built off of numbers, never built off of stats, not even the accolades. It's about the winning. It's about the winning, the competitive fire, the two-way play of Michael Jordan. To me, the greatest two-way player of all time. LeBron James is not in that conversation. He's not in there with Michael Jordan or Wilt Chamberlain or Kobe Bryant or a Jerry West. To me, he's not in the conversation with those guys as far as two-way play simultaneously, consistently, guys. Consistency is the key here. Yeah, LeBron James may have been really good on offense and defense for a couple of years in Miami, but once again, where's the consistency? We're talking about a couple of years out of 21 seasons. Not what Wilt Chamberlain was doing, or Kobe, Jerry West, or Michael Jordan. So once again, the numbers expose LeBron James. The numbers didn't help him win in the NBA Finals. Did all these numbers he was putting up in the NBA Finals? It didn't matter. And why was that? Because he wasn't playing no defense. So in 2017 against Kevin Durant, yeah, they could reel up the stat line they want with LeBron James. Their man played no defense, though. So yeah, you can average 35 points a game or 30 points a game and get some rebounds and get some assists because you're down with the basketball. If you ain't playing a lick of defense, you literally switching screens. You're embarrassing yourself. And this is what exposes him. The video footage exposes LeBron James. They'll argue, oh, LeBron James was robbed of a Defensive Player of the Year award. Where the hell is LeBron James' all-time great defense? Can anyone point to one instance where LeBron James was all-time great on defense for an entire playoff run? No. All they ever point to, in 2011 Eastern Conference Finals, LeBron James shut down Derrick Rose. Number one, he didn't shut down Derrick Rose. That's number one. And number two, once again, that's not consistency. So you're saying that LeBron James gave a good defensive effort in one round on a stacked super team against what? 21-year-old Derrick Rose at 6'1"? I'm not impressed. Because once again, where's the consistency? Because the following round, the very next round, he was getting abused by J.J. Barea, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry. But you're going to say he was shutting down Derrick Rose? It's an absolute joke, guys. It don't add up. It don't add up. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan was known for taking the challenge on the defensive end, stepping up, locking guys down, making guys earn their baskets the whole game, the entire series. Not one game here or a quarter there or a quarter here or one playoff series here and not again. The entire playoff run. Michael Jordan was known for the two-way play, the effort. Now LeBron James, they'll read the stat line, but they won't talk about the video footage of him switching screens and dunking Kevin Durant in 2017. They won't talk about that. Nick Wright will say that LeBron James' 2018 NBA Finals Game 1 is the greatest NBA Finals performance of all time, even though he lost, even though this man was balling out and decided to pass the ball to George Hill at the end of the game. That's LeBron James, the weak mentality of LeBron James, looking to scapegoat somebody else, afraid to go to the rim and hit those free throws at the end of the game, so he put it on George Hill. And then he blamed J.R. Smith. I tell you, J.R. Smith should turn around and be, dude, this is on you. You're supposed to be the leader. You out here passing to George Hill. You're an idiot. You're a goof. That's what J.R. Smith should have said to him. Yo, damn you, man. You ain't that dude. Where's your leadership? None. They'll just read the stat line off. It's a joke. Nick Wright stands on nothing. The LeBron James fans stand on nothing. LeBron James himself stands on nothing. And that's why all this talk about numbers and Michael Jordan's numbers or this number or that number or what he may have or may not have done exposes LeBron James more than exposes Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan's never been about the stats. His stats as the greatest basketball player of all time is literally not based off of any stats. No stats at all. I don't have Michael Jordan the greatest of all time because he has the highest average in NBA's history or he's got 10 scoring titles, right? None of that stuff. It's about Michael Jordan's way he played the game, the honor, the class, the integrity, the hard work, the determination, the competitive fire, pushing his teammates, not blaming his teammates, being coachable, not blaming these guys, sacrificing his numbers to play in a system to win. He played with a love of the game, respected the fans. All this stuff is why, to me, I remember Michael Jordan as the greatest basketball player of all time. That's what I remember about Michael Jordan. Like I told you guys, the post-game press conferences, the way that he spoke in these things, it hit home with me. I remember this stuff. That was Michael Jordan, guys. Like I told you, man, everyone wanted to be like Mike for a reason. It wasn't about the numbers. It was about the on-court game, the way he went about his business. And LeBron James has been built up through the numbers all these years. It's only been about the numbers for him. And when you find that the numbers are skewed, you find that the numbers could be, manipulated in certain ways, whatever the case may be. There's certain area you're playing in, certain referees. Maybe the scorers don't know the actual rules of the game. Maybe they didn't get a good view of something. They genuinely made a mistake and thought that that was an assist. They thought that that was a rebound. All these things, it's human error, guys. The one thing that we know for certain, though, is that Michael Jordan was a true competitor on the court. He didn't switch screens and duck the challenge. He stepped up to the challenge. It ain't got nothing to do with numbers. The effort that Michael Jordan gave, allowing his teammates to play in a system, being coachable, has nothing to do with numbers. Pushing his teammates in practice, holding the standard. Holding himself to a standard, his teammates to a standard, has nothing to do with numbers. So once again, you guys know to do this channel. I want to thank you guys all again, man. I want to thank you guys again for the support, man. It really means a lot. Thank you to everyone out there, man. LeBron James has been exposed by his own fans, thinking they're exposing Michael Jordan. You're only exposing LeBron James further and further with this stuff. Let it go, guys. Just let it go. You're not doing LeBron James any justice here. All you're doing is making people look into LeBron James that much more. All you're doing is making people look at Michael Jordan that much more. Watch the film, and you'll notice Michael Jordan is one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the game, guys. That's not a narrative. That's not a lie. Those are the facts based off of the effort he gave. The effort he gave on the court. Wasn't walking back on D, letting the Bulls play 4-on-5, standing there with his hands on his hips while someone drives right past him, not playing any help defense. No. That's LeBron James, though. We have the video footage, guys. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.